Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA football on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 26 years in business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health, Church, Hiddle, and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, HCTVcalendars.com, and One Zone. My name is Brad Silbert. It's my pleasure to be here with you tonight, along with Jack Russell here from Husky country. Jack, it's a beautiful night for football. If anything, maybe just a little bit warm, but not a bad breeze out there today.
Yeah, and it's a good time for football when you got both the young kids. They got announced here a little bit ago, and there's nothing better than Friday night football.
And of course, this is the first conference game of the season for the Hoosier Conference for both of these teams, and the Panthers come in here at 3-1. And the Huskies come in at 1-3, teams that have been kind of at the opposite end of the game here, Jay. Absolutely, but
for the Huskies, what a great win last week for them, an opportunity to put one on the board. But like you said, this is going to be a challenge for the Huskies tonight. Western, as we were looking at the statistics, they do an excellent job on the run game. And so we'll see how that works out for Western and the Huskies tonight.
Western's got a couple people in the backfield that the Huskies are really going to have to keep an eye on, that being Josh Coleman and Kitchell Gifford. Both of those guys have got the lion's share of the yardage that the Western Panthers have gained this year, with Kitchell leading the team, 75 carries, 595 yards, right around a 7.9 yard per carry average. And then to back him up is Josh Coleman. He's only got 44 carries and 325 yards, but he's also gaining at a clip of 7.4 yards per carry. So the Huskies defensively are going to have their work cut out for them.
Absolutely, and of course you look at from the Huskies, Campassi, I think for his senior leadership for the Huskies, it'll be interesting tonight to see how they do, but I think we're getting close here as the Huskies make their way to the tunnel.
Yep, they're just getting ready to come out. Offensively, what about the Huskies, Jack? You've seen them a couple times this year, and
yeah. What you have is you have a young team, but you have a senior quarterback, and they're definitely going to want to air it out. They're going to see what they can do. King in the backfield tonight, he's going to definitely be somebody to watch. He definitely breaks out every once in a while for some big yard gains, but it's really finding some rhythm for the Huskies on offense.
And I think for the Huskies to have some success, they're going to have to set the tone in this game early. If they get in a hole, that could be very, very tough for them.
And to that point, even though the last game when we were here was a 76-0, there were the first two possessions, they had interceptions. They were on the goal line on both of them and just couldn't convert. So it'll be interesting when they do make the turnovers if they can convert those and put those in the end zone.
Well, the Huskies have come on the field, and before we have the kickoff, let's remind you that celebrating over 26 years is Logan Street Signs and Banners, specializing in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Be sure to follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And however you are following us this evening, welcome aboard to Hamilton County Television. If you're watching us on Roku, if you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, we're glad to have you here with us on what is a drastically different Friday night than we had just a week ago.
Yes, indeed. And, what's exciting is, like you said, the possibilities are endless. You can watch us on almost anything now.
So when you guys are on vacation next Friday night, you can just tune in and watch what's going on here on Hamilton County Television.
Absolutely.
Just about ready for the coin toss here. Jack, any last thoughts before we go to the kickoff on this one?
Well, I think what you're going to see is if the Huskies get any turnovers, it's executing and actually, really completing those and getting some points on the board. And the other part of this is for the Huskies and Western's going to run the ball. You know that. And if the game plan is stop the run and you can't do that, then it's going to be a long night for the Huskies. But for Western, keep to what you're doing and move forward, and it'll be good for them too.
Well, and hopefully the Huskies will be able to come out early and set the tone for this game because, as we were saying before, on the ground, this is a very, very good Panther team rushing-wise. And as we were saying before we went on the air, that the strength of the Huskies has been more toward the pass. So they're going to have to make some adjustments to try to keep this game under control tonight.
Absolutely.
Well, before we go to the kickoff, let me remind you that Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Follow them on Facebook and Twitter. Looks like the Huskies will be kicking off here, Jack, so the Panthers are going to get the first offensive possession of the game.
So here we go. And here we go for some Friday Night Football.
From about the 13.
Still on his feet. No one's going to stop him.
That's Devontae Henson.
And just like that, 11 seconds in the ball game.
He's got an 87-yard kickoff return. I had him picking up that at the 13. Let's take a look at it here, Jack.
I think you're right about the 13-yard line.
Harris just went right up Henson went right up the middle. Almost a little block in the back there by the Panthers, but it did not get called. And he did not have it. When he crossed that end zone, he didn't have a defender within 10 or 15 yards of him.
So just like that, 6 points on the board, 11 seconds into the ball game. And here comes the extra point. It's up and good. So with 11:49 left to play in the first quarter, Western leads 7-0 over the Huskies.
Andrew Freeman with that extra point, and credit Devontae, is that right? I got to get the name right here. Who was that on that touchdown again?
Number 21.
21, that's right.
Yeah. Guilford, is that right?
Yeah, it was Guilford. I called the Husky name by accident, so it was Kitchell Guilford who was the running sensation that we talked about early in the game there. So it took the Huskies all of 11 seconds to give up the first touchdown. And they'll have a chance to receive here. They're going to have Isaiah Campbell back on one side. It looks like Tad Defoe on the other. I think that was 13 across the field. It was either 13 or 3. I couldn't tell for sure.
And here comes the kickoff.
Freeman's kickoff.
It's going to go out of bounds, and that'll bring Campassi and the offense out.
You always hate to start in the hole like this, Jack, especially this early in this early in a game. But we'll have to see what Campassi and the Husky offense can do here.
So out comes the quarterback. Campassi. You'll have King in the backfield. Campbell and Defoe on the near side. 2 on the far side. Pistol formation. Campassi looks to throw, fires, throws to the near side to Defoe. Still on his feet.
Defoe got some nice running room there and picked up almost, I believe, about 12, 13 yards there. Looks like they're going to put it just about at the 32, I believe.
That's a quick first down for the Huskies.
That's the kind of pass that they're going to have to rely on that tonight, Jack, because they've got to make it quick. I don't think the big play, obviously you'd like to see a big play, but they're going to have to rely on that quick out pass.
Campassi in the pistol. 2 on the near side. King in the backfield. Looks, quick throw again to Defoe. Looking for some options. Gain of a couple.
Defoe managed to break one tackle on that, but could not get around number 23, Connor Hartsoe. He still ended up gaining a couple yards.
So it'll be second down. Ball on the 33-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9, approaching 11 minutes. So we're only 1 minute in. Almost.
A lot of action already.
Yeah. Him passing the pistol formation. 2 on the near side. King in the backfield. Campassi looks, hands the ball off to King.
First running play of the game.
Fights for some yards there, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. So here comes Campassi in the pistol formation. Looks, hands the ball off to King. Met right away by Western.
That was Devin Berry who met him right there at the line of scrimmage. Berry, one of the leading tacklers on this Western team with 8 solos and 20 assist tackles. So he's in on a lot of plays. That brings up a 4th down, Jack.
Yeah, quick 4 and out for the Huskies. It'll be number 57, the kicker, Kyle Horton.
Horton averages 35 yards on punts.
Sanders for Western back to receive. High snap, gets it away. Line drive. Here he goes. Sanders looks to the outside, looking for some room. Not going to return this one, so the offense for Western will take the field.
I see where they're going to put that. It looks like they're going to put it at about the 43-yard line, which will give them a 23-yard punt return. Not a bad punt, a 37-yard punt. So the Panthers will take over and run their first offensive play of the night.
Up 7-0, man. Nothing better than that. So here come the Panthers. Ingalls the quarterback, looks to throw. Fires, throws, incomplete. Pass intended for, looks like number 36.
He just underthrew that by a little bit because the receiver there, number 36, Cooper Jarvis, he was open, but the ball bounced just a couple feet in front of him for the incompletion.
Well, and I think they're trying to keep the Huskies off their, keep them on their toes because, as you said, almost 1,300 yards running. All of a sudden, first play's pass. So Engel looks, hands the ball off, met right away. Great tackle by number 58, Leininger. Now to bring up 3rd and long.
Leiniger's got 18 solo tackles so far this season. He's in on a lot of plays. In fact, they lose a yard on that, so it'll be 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11, ball on the 42-yard line. Looks, pitches it out, looking for some room. Not going to find it. Met right away by the Huskies. Lost, no gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Gifford on his first carry from scrimmage does not gain anything. He normally is averaging almost 7.9 yards per carry. So the Husky defense came on strong there, Jack.
They were ready to go on that one. So that'll bring up 4th down. 2 are going to be back for the Huskies. You've got number 21, Winston Henson, and number 13, Campbell, back to receive this punt.
Andrew Freeman to kick.
Waiting for the call just from the ref. Oh, here we go.
Now there's going to be a delay of game penalty.
So delay of game on Western. Well, miscommunication.
Yeah.
On special teams. So that'll push them back a little further. Back 5 yards. And they'll give it another try. So 4th and 16. We'll be punting from the 25-yard line. High snap.
Is he going to get it off or not? Yes, barely.
Short.
I think both teams really got a break on that play, Jack, because
there was no pressure.
Yeah, there was the Panthers really dodged a huge bullet.
Take a look at the replay. Yeah. High snap, but nobody back,
and just one man putting pressure on for the Huskies. Looked like they were trying to set up the return there, but they end up with a short punt and take over at their own 42. Good field position for the Huskies.
So the Huskies with good field position. Kim passing the pistol formation. 2 on the far side. Campbell on the near side. King in the backfield. Looks, hands it off, fumbled it. Ball down.
Nobody wants it. The Panthers got it.
Fumble by King. And it's going to immediately go back to the Panthers.
Let's take a look at what happened here. Was this a bad? He had it. He just didn't tuck it in.
So just like that, the Panthers get another shot at this after a great defensive stop by the Huskies.
They only gained about 10 yards from where they were before when they were ready to punt there. So it's still good field position.
So Panthers slowly making their way down, about 12 on the play clock. Engel, the quarterback. Looks, hands the ball off. Looking for some room, met right away. Gain of a few.
Kitchell Gifford had that run.
That'll bring up 2nd and 8. Ball on the 44-yard line. So 2nd and 8, approaching 7:30 left to play in the first. Motion, looks, hands the ball. No, keeps it himself as the quarterback still on his feet. And he'll get the first down.
Engel's been known to keep the ball himself once in a while. Not very often, but he has positive yardage on the ground. Let's take a look at it here. Nice fake there to number 12, Coleman. I think that drew the Husky defense over there to their right and opened up the center for him.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 33-yard line. Hands the ball off. Looking for some room, still on his feet. Gifford. Gain of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7.
Gifford with his, 3rd or 4th carry so far in this game, and about the longest he's gone has been 3 yards, which is somewhat of a victory for the Huskies. There's a timeout on the field to reset the clock.
So here we go. Engel, the quarterback, no. Direct snap. Looking for some room. Gain of another couple yards. Direct snap there to Gifford. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
They really load up that backfield there, the Panthers do. In addition to the quarterback, they've got usually at least 2 other running backs back there. So that direct snap can be a very confusing play.
1,300 yards later.
Yeah.
So Engel, the quarterback, looks, does the same play again. Looking for the few and not going to get it.
Nope.
And that'll bring up 4th down. Loss of about a yard. And let's see what there. It looks like they're going to go for it.
I would think at this point, being at they're at about the No, they're at the 27, excuse me. At the 27-yard line. Probably not really in field goal range, but at this point, if they miss a field goal, they only gain 7 yards. So might as well give it a shot here because it's 4th and I would call it a long 4.
4th and 4, ball on the 27-yard line. Looks, reversed it. Looking to get to the outside. It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. Just depends where he went out of bounds and where they spotted it.
Looks like they're going to give him.
It's going to be very, very close there, Jack. Nope, they gave it to him.
No,
they did not. I thought they were motioning for him. I thought they were motioning to move the chains, but they were motioning to move the chains in the other direction. Great defensive play there by the by the Huskies to stop Josh Coleman. Let's take a quick look at this. Again, you got that backfield with 2 running backs back there, and away the Panthers went, but the Huskies, boy, they just smelled that one right out and managed to get Coleman out of bounds, just maybe less than a yard, I think, before he would have had that first.
So 2 defensive stops by the Huskies, and out come the offense. Passing the pistol formation, 2 on the near side. Looks, hands the ball off, met right away. Run by Cohen. And he's going to lose a couple yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Cohen averages 3.5 yards per carry. That'll hurt his average at 10th or 2.
So 2nd and 11. 4:40 left to play in the first.
I would not want to be sitting on those eastern bleachers tonight looking into that sun with that heat coming down on me.
You are absolutely right about that. Campassi to throw, fires, throws, complete, still on his feet. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and about a yard or 2.
Tried to shift directions on that and turn around and come back, and he got back to where he originally caught the ball, but could not get any more yardage out of it. But a very makeable 3rd down and about 2.5 or 3 there. I'd say let's call it 3rd and 3, Jack.
So 3rd and 3, ball on the 31-yard line. Two on the near side, 1 on the far side. It looks like they're going to call timeout here. So
Huskies are going to take a timeout. So with that, I'd like to remind you, Jack, you remember what that Hamilton County Web Television event calendar is, don't you? The HCTV calendar.com. Well, be sure to check out this calendar for upcoming events in Hamilton County, including local high school events. If you have an event, you can add it to the calendar. It is easy, and it is absolutely free. The Hamilton County Community Calendar has been online since 1995. Check it out, www.hctvcalendar.com. I think Coach Kirchner probably thought at this point, got what you would probably call a fairly makeable 3rd down against this Western defense. But I think he just wants to take the timeout and make sure that they're all on the same wavelength, because he would certainly like to extend this drive and get it down into the end zone, or at least get some points on this drive.
Absolutely, and that's going to put us at 3rd and 3, and here we go. Kim passing the pistol. Looks, pitches it out to King, and it's going to be short.
He's going to be short, yep. He got maybe, I don't even know if he got back to the line of scrimmage. It was awful close. They're going to give him a yard. Well, give him about 1.5 yards, and looks like it's going to be about 4th and 2. And that'll bring the punt team out.
Not going to take a chance there.
Kyle Horton into punt. Averages 35 yards. Noah Sanders is back deep for Western.
Low snap. Gets it away.
Getting a Husky roll, though. Somebody touched that ball. Was that it? Obviously, I thought it might have gone off of Braden Bryant there, but it must have gone off the Huskies, because the Huskies didn't go jumping on that.
There's a flag on the play. So that's going to be against Western.
Probably during the return, I would assume. Well, there was no return. But it'll be marched off 10 yards. Looks like they'll start at about the 31.
So ball on the 31-yard line.
Look how tight that front line is there for them, Jay.
So here we go, the third possession for Western. Engel looks, hands the ball off to Gifford. Not seeing any daylight. Maybe
if he got a yard out of that, he was lucky.
And they're going to give him one.
So far during this first quarter, the Huskies have been doing a great job defending the run against this Panther offense, which has had a great running game all season.
Yes, and that's part of it. You know, from an offense perspective, once they need to get going, need to get moving for the Huskies. But yeah, great job by this defense. Engel looks, hands the ball off again. He's going to gain a little bit more. And that's going to bring up a much shorter third down.
Going to make that about 3rd and 3.
So 3rd and 3, approaching 2 minutes left in the first. Ball on the 39-yard line. Here they go. Motion. Ball down.
All Engel could do on that was fall on the ball. That'll force the Panthers into a punt. Once again, the Huskies really get a break. Take a look at this, Jack. He just never had possession of the ball. It looks like him and Coleman just ran into each other.
So again, great job by the Huskies making the stop.
Noah Sanders into punt. Too deep for the Huskies.
Campbell and Defoe back.
Timeout. I think they were short a man on their on the sideline there.
First time delay of game. This one having to use a timeout.
So while there's a timeout on the field, we'll take a timeout to remind you that Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. Got any questions? Well, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775. Check out their website, www.ecommunity.com. 1:22 here in the first quarter. Huskies going back to punt.
So out of the timeout, Western will punt. Looks, line drive. He's going to take it. Defoe looking for a corner. Great job by Defoe.
Good tackle there by Hayden Shepard. He just got the arms around him and wrestled him out of bounds.
So the Huskies come back out. .112 left to play in the first. So 4 wide. King in the backfield. Defoe and Campbell on the near side. Campassi with a stiff arm. Another stiff arm.
Almost enough for a first down. He turned around. I don't know if they're going to take yardage away from him, but I thought he got all the way to the 45-yard line. They're going to put it down at the 46.
Take a look at the replay.
Yeah.
Great stiff arm. Another stiff arm. And then he turned around. Not sure.
Yeah, he was actually He actually, if he just stopped there, I think he might have had a first down, or he'd been within inches of a first down.
So here we go, 4 wide. Campassi in the pistol formation. Looks, hands the ball off to King. It's going to be close. He's going to be short. I think something like that, you line up and you do it again.
Yeah, I thought he had a little more forward motion than the 45, but apparently not. It looks like that's probably going to be the last play of the quarter. So we end the first quarter on one big play for the Panthers, and they take a 7-0 lead. And we'll be back after this from our sponsors. Friends, since the establishment of Church, Hiddle, and Antrim in 1880, our neighbors, community leaders, businesses, and school districts have placed their trust in us to solve their most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history in helping our clients when they need it the most. Give us a call at 317-773-2190 or simply visit their website, www.cchalaw.com. You're looking at what we call game day now, looking in on the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Westfield Shamrocks. Right now the Shamrocks with a 10-7 lead. This game going on over at the Rock over in Westfield, and courtesy of IHSAATV.org. We'll be cutting back every once in a while, taking a look at the different games that we have on tonight. We'll be looking in on Harrison and Anderson. Also taking a look at Fishers and Brownsburg, who are tied up at 1-1 in the first quarter. We're ready to go back to action here, Jack, for 12 more minutes and a half.
So here we go. Here we go, Campassi in the pistol formation. One on the near side, two on the far side. King in the backfield, looks, hands the ball off to King. He's going to get the first down.
King got the first down, but he certainly ran into a wall of Panthers there, but did manage to make that, and comes up with the first down at the 42.
So it'll bring up 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line.
Campassi getting the play signaled into him.
So here we go, 4 wide for Campassi. King in the backfield. On the opponent's side of the 50. Looks to throw. Fires, throws, complete to Defoe.
Defoe's going to be a yard or two short of a first down, but a nice play to pick up about 8 or 9 yards. But we do have a flag there in the Husky backfield, Jack.
And it looks like it's going to be against Western.
Yeah, the Husky players are reacting like it is against the Panthers.
Personal foul.
Ooh. Roughing the passer. So many times we don't see that happen because as soon as he lets go of the ball, we're following the ball, and we just don't see that particular infraction happen. But that's going to add 15 yards on to the end of the run and put the Huskies in really, really good position down there at about the 18-yard line, Jack. Best series they've had all night.
It's been a great series, and of course the defense is held strong for the Huskies. So again, like we talked about before the game, red zone offense. When you've got an opportunity, you got to take it.
Well, other than that touchdown reception by Gifford early on the kickoff, the Huskies have dominated this so far.
Back to throw, looks, throws, incomplete.
Nice bit of defense there, but there is a flag. The intended receiver was Anthony Martin. It was Isaiah Campbell. Back there, Connor Hartsaw was providing the defense. I couldn't tell if this is going to be an offensive or defensive pass interference.
It looks like it's going to move back.
That was close. Oh, illegal man downfield.
Penalties declined.
They'll take the down. I thought the way that Hartsoe and Campbell were tied up there at the end. I thought when that flag got thrown, I thought it might be against one of them.
So 2nd and 10, ball on the 18-yard line. 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Looks high ball, fumbled again.
Who's got it? I can't tell. Nobody's claiming it, but the Panthers are getting up and clapping. Looks like the Panthers may have recovered it. They did. Another tough turnover for the Huskies. They had the ball moving. Let's see if we can tell what happened here. I don't know if he just didn't get a chance to tuck that ball in, Jack, or what happened, but it came out there. It may have been a bad exchange between Campassi and King.
So just like that in the red zone, they're going to turn it over.
Those are the ones as a coach that you just hate to see, and kind of takes the wind out of your sails of your team. Your team's moving the ball well down the field, and all of a sudden a play like that where it looked like you might have a scoring opportunity puts the ball back the other direction.
So they hand the ball off to Gifford. He's got some room. Going to stumble, but going to get the first down. We got a player down. Looks like number 87, Pennington. He looks like he's in pain.
I think you got to credit Deshaun King with what might have been a touchdown-saving tackle on Gifford, because he came around there, and had he not run some interference on him, I think he may have been off to the races again, and hopefully Pennington is okay. While we have an injury timeout on the field, let's remind you that Smith Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including at Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be their outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable, positive experience. Contact them at 317-773-3383 or visit them online, www.smithsonthesquare.com. Hey, Jack, we got a new sponsor this year.
Hey, there we go.
It's called One Zone. Tell me a little bit about One Zone, Jack.
Well, One Zone, a Hamilton County Chamber of Commerce, formed in 2015 with the merger of the Carmel and Fishers chambers. One Zone serves the business community as a commerce connector, convener, strong voice, and a significant presence and business advocate in an ever-changing marketplace. With One Zone, businesses get an organization that reaches across municipal boundaries, just the way business does, to deliver more impact and more opportunity more efficiently. With 1,300 members, One Zone ranks as the 4th largest chamber in the state of Indiana.
You said that like you really know what's going on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, Brent Pennington is on the gator going off of the field, so we have no idea what his injury is, but he never got up, and they lifted him onto the gator, and he is going off for some medical attention.
So Western, low snap, hands the ball off to Gifford. Gifford on the far side.
I think what Gifford has done here is he's kind of scoped out a little bit of this Husky defense, Jack, and he, for the most part, to begin with, he was trying to run right up the middle, and the last couple plays have been sweeps toward the right, toward the weak side, and he's got some pretty good yardage. Got 5 on that one.
So there's another handoff. He's going to keep it himself. It's going to be close.
Jet Engel. We have a timeout, an official's timeout on the field. There's not a first down. Have we got another injury out there? I think somebody lost a helmet out there, had a little equipment malfunction.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 1, approaching 10 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Ball on the 38-yard line. Looks, keeps it. Gifford, direct snap, first down. So that'll move the chains.
Panthers have used that Wildcat pretty effectively so far tonight. Of course, the other thing is when you got a quarterback like Jet Engel in there who can run himself, that that adds another threat there. You've got not only the passing attack from Engel, but you also have the running threat.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line.
Effectively 3 and 4 running backs back there.
Direct snap. Be another good gain there.
He went out of bounds at about the 48, I believe. I think he's going to be about 3 or 4 yards short of a first down. They put him out at the 47.
So 2nd and 4, gain of 6. 9:22 left to play in the second quarter. So Gifford in that Wildcat offense looking for an option. Is going to get the first down, and that'll move the chains.
He just barely made that first down. That's up there. They are giving it to him. Gifford with well over 100 net yards already, Jack. You take that 83-yard, or rather, 87-yard kickoff return on the first play of the game on the kickoff and add that to what he's done already, and he's probably up to about 120, 125 yards already.
So again, in the Wildcat, low snap over the far side. Be a gain of a couple, probably looks like 2 or 3 yards.
We're giving him almost 3 there, and I think that's pretty generous.
So gain of 3, it'll be 2nd and 7. It's a call from the sideline.
They actually have some wideouts in there this time.
Looks, hands the ball off again to Gifford.
Looks like he
fumbled it.
Yep.
Looks like the Huskies got it back.
Huskies are saying they've got it, and the referee agrees with them. So the Huskies, they gave up the ball here several minutes ago, deep in Panther territory. And let's see if we can see what happened here, Jack. Looks like he just ran into a wall of Huskies, and whether he dropped that or that ball was stripped, the Huskies were right on top of it and get the ball back. And Huskies with 8:07 to go here in the second quarter would like nothing better than to get this ball into the end zone.
Well, again, Huskies had the ball in the red zone, fumbled it. They get the ball back, so let's see what the offense can do here. Looks like we've got a changing quarterback for the Huskies. Wilson, the quarterback, in the pistol formation, 4 wide. Looks, hands the ball off to King. King still on his feet.
Nice run by King.
Yeah, good gain for King.
Got about 6 or 7 on that one. Well, they're going to give him 4. We got 6 or 7 before he took possession.
we gave him 6 yards.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Officially, he gets 4. Though.
Yeah.
Had to run 6 to get 4.
So here we go. Wilson in the pistol. Tosses it out to King. King going to get the first down and more.
Goes out of bounds at about the 40. Nice run there. 9-yard run on the play for the first down for the Huskies.
So I think part of the change here is the miscommunication maybe on the running back to quarterback in the last couple possessions. So I think they're trying it out with Wilson. And so far so good.
Maybe they're just trying to give the Panthers a different look too, Jack.
Yeah.
Either way, it seems to be working.
They call timeout.
Huskies will call a timeout. With that timeout, we'd like to remind you who is celebrating 26 years in business. Well, it's none other than Logan Street Signs and Banners. They specialize in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. Contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, tell you what, go visit Logan Street Signs and Banners. You tell Deb and Will that Jack and Brad sent you in there.
Love it.
And they will greet you with open arms. Well, Jack, so far, other than one really huge play to start off this game, it's kind of been a back and forth thing. Both teams have had some decent plays, but both teams have also turned over the ball.
You're absolutely right, and I think that's why if you take out the very first play of the game, we got a tie ball game, but that's not how it works in football. Every possession, every down counts. So here we go. Wilson in the pistol formation, looks to throw, pressure, fires, incomplete. Pass intended for number 5, Alden.
Alden never turned around to look at that ball. It just kind of sailed in front of him. I don't know if he wasn't expecting it or was not ready to catch it, but obviously a set play, and Wilson knew he was going to the sideline, but Alden was still had his back to the ball when it went by him.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Pistol formation, 4 wide. Cohen, the running back, met right away, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
I think that's the first run of the night for Cohen. Only gets a yard, but leaves the Huskies with a long 3rd down play, 3rd and 9. In fact, it's actually closer to 3rd and 10. It's closer to the 39 than it is the 38.
So it'll be 3rd and 9, under 7 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Huskies down by 7. Back to throw, fires, throws complete to Campbell.
Can he get a first down?
He's got it and more.
He needed to go about 3 or 4 yards after he caught that ball, and he just hung in there and ended up with about an 11-yard gain on that play for the first down. That was a nice catch and good run. Campbell was very, very well aware that he had some more yardage he had to put on there to get that first down, Jack, and he got it.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10. Ball on the 24-yard line, approaching the red zone. Wilson, the quarterback. 2 on the far side, Campbell and Defoe. And Alden on the near side. Looks to throw, fires, throws. Incomplete, pass intended for number 13, Campbell.
Good coverage there by Connor Hartsoe. They were kind of tangling it up down there, but I don't think either of them created a penalty situation there. But they were pretty tight.
Yeah, threw it a little behind them.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
But the good thing is what Wilson did on that, Jack, is he put that ball somewhere that if his receiver was not going to get it, where it was not going to be intercepted.
You're absolutely right. Wilson looks, tosses it over to King. He's met right away. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
Blake Banter had the tackle on that. Gained about a yard on the play. Another long 3rd down.
So 3rd and 9. Ball on the 23-yard line. Under 6 minutes left to play in the second quarter.
Huskies deciding what they want to do with this. I think if they don't, they may just run the thing here, figuring we got 2 plays to make 9 yards.
So here they go. Looks, going to throw.
Nice fake.
Fires, throws, complete.
Good. Oh, did you see him come down on his toes on that?
Nice job by Campbell.
Wow, Campbell, that was a great job of a reception. he jumped up and he grabbed that ball, Jack, and watch this replay. You will see his toes come down within 6 inches of the sideline there.
That's
great play by Isaiah Campbell.
So here we go, red zone.
1st and goal.
Wilson in the pistol formation, gonna throw again. Got it to, incomplete, intended for Campbell.
That ball was underthrown.
And he's telling him, throw it to my inside shoulder.
Well, I think Wilson knows that he didn't throw that ball right, and he's sitting there and he's saying to Campbell, I'll get it to you better next time.
Well, I think what you see right now is I think the Huskies see that they can throw the ball.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They've got some space and not a lot of pressure right now on the quarterback.
No, there hasn't been.
So here we go. Huskies 2nd and goal. Looks, tosses it over to King. King's got a hole. Gain of a few. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
Good pursuit there by number 40, Andrew Auld, who happens to be the leading tackler on this Panther team. 11 solos, 37 assisted tackles. Almost 50 tackles so far going into the 5th game of the season, Jack. That's one busy young man.
Yes. So under 5 left to play in the 2nd quarter. This will be a 3rd and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line. Here we go. Wilson rolls the throw, fires, throws, incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He did not have anybody open. He had, I believe that was 89, Schuler over there, and I think he had Eric Alden in the end zone, but they were both extremely well covered.
So here comes the field goal unit. Out for the Huskies.
This will be about a 24-yard attempt.
Well, here we go, 4:42. It's down. It's up.
Has it got enough to make it?
No,
No,
good.
it does not. It went over to the left. It just did not quite have the distance. But, Jack, the Huskies have shown the Panthers that they are going to move the ball.
They are.
They have moved the ball down the field. Unfortunately, they don't have any points on the board yet, but they have been able to pretty effectively move this ball against this Panther defense.
Well, another red zone miss for the Huskies, though, so that'll still be a 7-0 ball game with 4:38 left to play in the 2nd quarter.
You know, as we said earlier, that this is a young team, the Huskies this year, and they're going to do nothing but get better.
He's got plenty of blockers, and they're going to call a
we're going to have a hold there.
I think you're right.
That's what the call is. So that one will come back, and they'll lose 10 yards. So they'll go back to the 10-yard line and set up a 1st and 20.
So this can be a pretty big stop for the Huskies because they've given them really, really good field goal position.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick update for you. Fishers is playing Brownsburg tonight.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the 2nd quarter, and Fishers leads 14-7 over Brownsburg.
You can never count a Rick Wimmer team out of any game, Jack. The man is an excellent coach. Excellent coach. I think a lot of people, conventional wisdom was Brownsburg was going to come over to Fishers and take that game away. Oh, here we go.
Gifford all the way down. Not going to catch him. That is a long touchdown for
90
Western.
yards. 90 yards.
A 90-yard touchdown for Western, and that'll give them another 6 points. Right down the middle of the field. Watch the
great
replay.
Fake on this thing, and Gifford just managed to beat the last defender for the Huskies, and that was Devontae Henson. And once he got around Henson, he had nothing but turf in front of him.
So as they get ready to kick the field goal here, a couple more updates. Clinton Prairie taking on Sheridan tonight. Sheridan leads in the 2nd quarter 28-6. And Hamilton Southeastern ahead by a field goal over the Shamrocks 13-10.
So the extra point by Andrew Freeman goes through, and the Huskies are down now 14. Oh, I'm sorry, that was no good. I thought it was good. Well, it just makes a point difference, excuse me. 13-0 now. Let's take a look here. Where are we looking at? We're looking at Anderson and Harrison here on the on our game day screen. The Raiders ahead of the Indians, 21-0. Ron Quall's the new coach up at Anderson. Ron's been around the coaching ranks for a while. Good man, and I'm sure that give him a couple years there at Anderson, and he'll put some pride back into the Redskins. Other games that we got there, as you said, Fisher's ahead of Brownsburg in the second quarter, 14-7. And Hamilton Southeastern is ahead of Westfield, 10-7. We're in the late stages of the second quarter here. Two big plays have been the difference in this game so far tonight, Jack.
So Campbell will return it. Still on his feet.
Isaac Campbell with a nice kickoff return there. He took that thing at about the 5 or 10 yard line and brought it back out to looks like about the 34, 35 is where they're going to put it. Nice return. Just amazing how you can take a game like this that, with the exception of two plays, the Huskies have, I'm not going to say they've dominated the game, but they've controlled it.
You're absolutely right.
Two big plays have put them down by 13 points.
Wilson to throw, fires,
tipped
at the line.
Fortunately for the Huskies, there were no Panthers around that. Otherwise, that may have been picked off. Ended up just a harmless incompletion there.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, Jack, we're going to be showing you part of the opening ceremonies tonight. It's Youth League night here in Hamilton Heights, and we've got a recording of the early proceedings. We're going to be showing you that at halftime. Lateral, the ball was lost, and I think the Panthers have it.
Turnover by the Huskies.
Take a look at this here, Jack.
He was met right.
No, it was a backwards pass, but he just got hit very hard there and just couldn't hold on to the ball.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 33-yard line. Under 4 minutes left to play in the second quarter.
Well, if ever there was a time that the Husky defense really needed to step up, it's now.
Here comes Western. Looks, keeps it to Gifford. Still on his feet. Good gain, so that'll bring up 2nd down.
Kitchell Gifford is quite the football player, isn't he? Man, he is something else.
So 2nd and 3. Looks, keeps it himself. Engel right down the middle. Engel will get the first down.
Devontae Henson got in his way, otherwise he probably would have at least had another 5 or 10 yards and possibly a touchdown.
So no huddle here. Looks, gets to Gifford. Gifford on the outside, looking for some room.
You know, earlier in the game, Gifford was going right up the middle and he wasn't getting anywhere, but in this second quarter, he's moved over to the sweep to the right, and he's had some pretty good yardage going that direction. Got 4 on that one.
So under 3 in the second. Looks, hands the ball off. Right down the middle. Touchdown. Touchdown number 12, Coleman. And that'll put some more points on the board for the Panthers.
Josh Coleman with his third touchdown of the season for the Panthers. Take a look at this. He just goes, we were talking about they were not having success up the middle, but Coleman just goes right through the middle of the Husky line and picks that up, about 12, 15 yards there for the touchdown for the Panthers.
So they're going to go for 2.
Try to make up for that one they missed earlier.
Ball down. No good. So with 2:53 left to play in the second quarter, the Panthers lead 19-0.
Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Follow them on Facebook and on Twitter. 2:53 remaining in the half here, Jack, and the 19-0 score by the Panthers. 2 of the 3 touchdowns have come on long plays, one a 90-yard play and the other an 87-yard play, both of those by Kitchell Gifford. So he's probably well over 200 total yards already for this game.
Yeah, and they've relied heavily on him. I think he's had the ball pretty much the whole first half. But, you make some errors that they have and put you down 19 points.
A couple updates on scores here. Brownsburg has scored at Fishers. That's a 1-point game, and the Shamrocks have gone out ahead of the Royals by 3.
So Campbell to return.
Good pursuit there by number 11, Gage Holder.
So with 2:47 left to play in the second quarter, we'll see what the Huskies can do on the offensive side of the ball.
About a 17-yard kickoff return there. As I was saying, coming up at halftime, we'll have the opening ceremony for the Hamilton Heights Youth Football Program here for you to enjoy.
So Wilson, the quarterback, 1 on the near side, 2 on the far side. King in the backfield. Looks, hands the ball off to King. Gain of a few.
Huskies, for the most part tonight, in the running plays, have tried to go right up the middle, and they've had a little bit of success, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
As the sun is just about setting.
So the clock continues to move. Approaching 2 minutes. 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side. Wilson looks, hands the ball off to King. Still on his feet.
He's going to have enough for a first.
He'll have the first down, and that will temporarily stop the clock.
Got about a 9-yard gain on that to pick up the first down. I believe they're going to put it right about the 39 or 40. They're going to put it right on the 40.
So approaching under 2 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Wilson looks, hands the ball off again to King.
That time Andrew Alt, the leading tackler, one of the leading tacklers on this Panther team, got to him and took him right down.
So 2nd and 7. Pistol formation. Campbell on the near side. Looks, keeps it himself.
He's going to be lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got a half a yard at the most.
Timeout, Western.
Well, the Panthers are thinking there's 1:06 on the clock here. And I believe that is their second timeout. So they can, if the Huskies do not get the first down, they can stop the clock again and probably have a little less than a minute to go. Take a look here at Hamilton Southeastern and Westfield. Shamrocks have jumped out to a 3-point lead in the second quarter. Looks like the Royals are threatening, though. Brownsburg and Fishers with the Tigers ahead by 1. Anderson has scored. Harrison still ahead by 2 touchdowns. And here it is 19-0 in favor of the Western Panthers, thanks to 2 huge plays by young Mr. Gifford.
Fumble.
Ball is fumbled.
Timeout by Western.
Yep. They only took less than 5 seconds off the clock, so they got 1:01 on the clock. Take a look at this. It just he never had control of it, and he just had to. I don't know if they were going to try to do a direct snap to King, and it ended up going to Wilson by accident or whatever. But it looked like Wilson did not expect that ball to come to him, Jack.
No, but that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Another dangerous situation here for the Huskies. 1:01, 4th and 10. The ball is on the 40. Noah Sanders is going to drop back deep for the Panthers. But I've got to believe that the Panthers might be trying to set up a block on this.
Well, they have been dangerous on the special teams tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
You got 6 up front.
Good snap.
Just barely got that off. Takes a Husky bounce, and that's going to roll dead right around the 20-yard line. 40-yard punt, no return. But boy, he just barely got that thing off.
That was close. So 50 seconds left to play in the second quarter.
A beautiful sunset there behind us tonight, Joe.
Sunset and cornfields, nothing better than that.
Of course, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody down in the Carolinas tonight, hoping that they're all going to be okay down there with Hurricane Florence having come onto land.
So let's see what they do here.
Well, they have no timeouts. So I got to believe that they're going to be throwing. There's a flag on the play.
Great job by Defoe.
Yeah, it was a very, very good defense by Defoe, and I think that was Parker Shelton who was the intended receiver, but there's a flag in the backfield. Or was it at the line of scrimmage? Maybe there was an offside call.
False start.
False start on the Panthers. That's going to cost them 5 yards. At this point, with 45 seconds left, I don't think the down is really as important as putting the yardage back.
So 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Ball on the 15-yard line. Let's see what they do here.
3 wideouts.
Looks to throw. He's going to throw. Incomplete.
Ooh, wow. That was close. Gifford almost had that, but he had two Huskies on him, defending him very well.
Take a look at the replay here. Engel looks down the sideline, fires as he's hit.
Right between two Huskies there, and just can't get the reception.
So 39 seconds left in the second. Looks, hands the ball off to Gifford. Fumbled it.
But there is a flag on the play.
Might be a holding call.
It was thrown right toward the line of scrimmage, so I'm wondering if it might have been an offside or a false start again, or illegal motion or something like that. We'll see what the referee's got to say here. Well, it is a hold. Hold against the Panthers.
That's why they pay me the big bucks in here, Brad.
Well, that'll cost them 8 yards from the line of scrimmage this time.
So that'll push him back a little further.
Should be on about the 8. Should make it about second and about 25, 20, 23, 24, 25.
So Engel looks, hands the ball off.
Is that Gifford again?
That's going to be number 12 for the Panthers, Coleman.
Will they try another play? Will they go to a Hail Mary here? They've got 13 seconds to do something here.
And they're going to let it go to halftime.
So we are going to go to halftime here at Hamilton Heights High School with the Western Panthers ahead of the Hamilton Heights Huskies 19-0. We'd like to welcome you into tonight's broadcast of IHSAA football on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 26 years in business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies, the Community Health Network, Church, Hiddle, and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, The One Zone, the HCTV calendar.com. Jack, your thought on the first half?
Lots of opportunities for the Huskies, especially in the red zone, but so far not so good for the Huskies, but we'll see what they can do in the second half.
We'll be back after these messages in our halftime entertainment.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
Hey Deb, why do they call us Logan Street Signs and Banners?
Because we started off at Logan Street.
But we're on South 10th Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
Why didn't we change the name?
That would have just confused everybody and they wouldn't be able to find us.
Now I'm really confused.
Bill, we're Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville. Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street Signs and Banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street Signs and Banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street Signs and Banners, conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street in Noblesville, Indiana.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
And they were just able to seal off the right side offensive line. And it made it easy running for Patchett, the junior. How about that drive? Now, you talk about Westfield being a young team. Junior receiver, junior running back, and Patchett. All the guys that were making plays for them on that particular drive were all left.
Well, and we talked about the opening, about the record last year, 4-6. A lot of these same juniors got a lot of playing time, and West, took it on the chin a little bit, but it's paying some heavy dividends here, and they are playing very well, and you can just see them getting better and better.
Touchdown lead for Westfield at 24-17, and we still have one to play in the first half. And as you mentioned, this becomes a very big difference.
Yes, it does.
Because HSC gets the ball back to start the third quarter. So they're thinking about, hey, let's run our defense, get it with points, knowing we'll get the ball to start again in the second. Boy, that ball is just boomed. 2-yard zone. I have been impressed with our two kickers / punters tonight.
And that's a weapon as well. That is a huge weapon where you can negate any return, and the best they're going to get is on the 20.
Right. That's what Bales has been able to do consistently tonight for Westfield.
Rob, after you have highlights here at halftime all across the state, look for some surprises.
got some good ones up across the state tonight in Week 5. Most teams now into conference play,
yes, sir.
Which always makes the game more interesting. All right, let's see what Sparks can do in the 54 of the half here. To throw.
Oh, he had him.
Yep. And I'll tell you, he was so wide open was Jackson Lance that he was literally jumping up and down by while running the route.
Well,
trying to show his quarterback Sparks he was that open, but he misfired.
Sorry, Robbie. He was right in the middle of that zone from the deep ball, and he was right in the middle of the two front, and ball was just overthrown, but he had a real nice opening, just couldn't get it to him.
2nd and 10. Tucking in, and he threw that ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Now let's see. Yeah, the officials caught it. He actually threw that ball 1-yard line, and the referee, Kevin Brown, was all over it.
It's a loss of down.
Yeah, it'll be an illegal forward pass. He was looking for Landon Morris, the big. There's the illegal forward.
Illegal shift and illegal forward pass.
Morris is 6'6". He wears number 81. It's the first time he's been targeted tonight for the Royals.
Royals going to be happy about a lot of things if they can hold this lead, but penalties they are not going to be happy about.
Now the penalty that's accurately said, the one that comes with a loss of down.
Right.
The illegal forward pass.
Now, what you don't want to do if you're Southeastern here, is I should say, get yourself in any kind of trouble and give a pick six, a fumble. If it ain't there, just get.
Sparks here in the pistol formation now with Harris by 1:42 to play in the half. Now all of a sudden, if you're thinking of 3 and out, let's try to score again.
Yes, sir.
They'll give it to Harris. Harris does stay in bounds as he gets his legs chopped out from under him by Franklin Bohannon, who had the pick six earlier in the game. And Westfield time first half.
Rightfully so. They should have decent field position here. In my opinion, right call. With the lead, don't do anything to get in trouble here. Just kind of move the ball as fast as you can. And you got a real punter, get the field position. And then go in at halftime with the lead. No, excuse me, they're trailing 7. My mistake.
And it was a smart play by Harris because we saw there on the replay. He could have turned it for the ran out of bounds. That would have stopped the clock, but he turned it back in himself to be tackled in bounds, which forced Westfield to use its final timeout. So at the very least, Westfield counts. But it will come down to what is going to be a very big punt play here for Heaven Street. Their punter, he really needs to kick them out of some trouble here.
Yeah, and boy, Westfield showed us they can cover a lot of real estate in a real quick period of time. So even timeouts, Rob, they still can move that ball.
Deep man. And now he's joined back there by Hauser. So the two tailbacks lined up in a deep punt safety, and as I was saying that, Hamilton Southeastern was lining up in a traditional set.
About too many men on the field.
Yes, an illegal substitution.
Yes, sir. There was too many men on the field.
That is a backbreaker.
They broke the with 12, and that is a back. See, I don't often, but I counted 13 or 12, I should say. See, I can't. They had 12, and I see the coaching staff for Westfield immediately trying to pull him off the field. No. So I got that. That's a mistake because you just handed Southeastern right back the football.
Right, you gave him an automatic first down. Oh my! That's when you thought you were going to get the ball back. Instead, Hamilton Eastern gets life, and remember, they still have all 3 timeouts remaining.
Hamilton Heights High School, I'm Brad Silbert along with Jack Russell. Jack, we had an interesting first half here. Couple huge plays by the Panthers. first play of the game on the kickoff, a 87-yard kickoff return, and then in the second quarter, once again, it was young Mr. Kitchell Gifford with a 90-yard touchdown, and then another turnover by the Huskies ends up giving the Panthers a 19-0 lead.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, that's kind of what we talked about was we brought his name up several times, and the other part of it is when you play both offense and defense, and you're doing a heck of a job on defense, but the offense just isn't getting to where it needs to be in the end zone, you get tired. And I think that what we saw was towards the end of that second quarter was Huskies heck of a job, but they were just getting tired out there.
Yeah, and, you know, when you get into the smaller schools, and, of course, the Huskies have got about 725 students. The Panthers have got about 825 to 850, and you try to put a football team together and to try to get 22 kids on the field to fill all the offensive and defensive positions is it's extremely difficult, and so especially like at the 3A, 2A, and 1A level, you see a lot of the players playing both ways, and I do agree with you that, you know, it's a rather warm night here in Arcadia right now, and still 77 degrees. It was 87 degrees when we got here around 6 o'clock, but 77 right now, and not a bad breeze out there. There's a little bit of a breeze, but not really enough to keep everybody cool. I would imagine that the people with the Gatorade and the water jugs down there are very, very popular tonight on both sidelines.
Well, to take a second here to look at some of the games around the county. Noblesville and Zionsville tonight. Zionsville leads 10-0 at the half. Brownsburg Fishers at half. Fishers leads Brownsburg 14-3. 14-13. Carmel and Lawrence North. Carmel leads 17-3. Western, obviously, was where we're at here. Western and Hamilton Heights. And Hamilton Southeastern and Westfield are tied 24 apiece. Tipton is playing Central Catholic. Tipton leads 28-7. And Sheridan at half is leading 28-6 over Clinton Prairie. So just a couple scores I wanted to let everybody at home
A lot of football action out here tonight, and what a difference 7 days make compared to what we had a week ago with the torrential rains. The game I was at last week was played on an athletic turf field, not on a grass field, and I can imagine what it would have been had there been a game on a field like this last week. This field, for the amount of use they've had and the rain that we've had here so far this fall, this field is in excellent shape, very nice shape. You don't see very many ruts on it or anything like that. So they do an excellent job of taking care of the field here. Speaking of an excellent job, we'd like to thank everybody here at Hamilton Heights for their hospitality, a great group of people. It's always such a pleasure to come out here and do games out here, regardless of whether it's football or basketball or baseball, whatever it is. They're just a great group of people out here, and they always make us feel very welcome here, Jack. It's always a pleasure to come to the northern part of the county here.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you.
And we'd also like to thank our technical crew tonight. We've got Will Wofford, our producer-director. Lucas is over on the camera getting us those beautiful shots of the sky a little bit earlier as the sun was setting, a little bit of a pinkish sky there to the east. And our executive producer, chief cook and bottle washer, the man in the know, Jim Wofford, back there in the studio. He's the one who's responsible for putting together the game day for us and getting all those scores to us. New feature here on Hamilton County Television. We'd also like to apologize. We ran into some technical difficulties. We were going to bring you the ceremony from the pregame of the youth league and the middle school players being introduced, but we ran into some technical difficulties with that, and I know Will is still trying to get that downloaded, but has not had any success so far. If he does get that downloaded, we'll try to show you parts of that a little bit later. But I'd like to welcome you to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA football on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 26 years in business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors: Noblesville Trophies, Community Health Network, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, One Zone, and the HCTVcalendar.com. Well, Jack, the Huskies are going to have the first possession of the half if they don't make a mistake.
Yes.
And this has been on both sides of the ball. There have been some, quite a few mistakes made here tonight.
Yeah, and I think one of the things to look at is when you are the Huskies, they've had a lot of really nice drives.
Yes, they have.
And they've been long drives. The problem is if you don't get in and there's a turnover, you got to play defense because you play both ways. And I think that's where they started to get tired. But I think this is an opportunity right now for the Huskies to come out here with Defoe back to receive. If they can get some points on the board here, then I think we've got ourselves a ball game in the second half.
Andrew Freeman will kick it off.
Defoe will receive it.
You got about a 15-yard return on that. Is he still? Yeah, I think he's down there. Somebody is down there in an orange uniform when they're calling for help. I do believe that might be Defoe down there. I'm not sure though, Jack. I didn't see the number.
It's Defoe.
Yeah, but it happened right where right where he was at. So we're going to have a brief timeout while they tend to Mr. Defoe. A couple items coming up this week on Hamilton County Television Sports. Dan Axe and I will be over at White River Elementary School for the Noblesville Millers and the Carmel Greyhounds. Girls soccer game coming up on next Monday. And then, of course, Friday night, it'll be more football here on Hamilton County Television. This looks like it's a little bit more serious injury, so we're going to take a time out here for just a moment. So we will remind you to be sure to check out the HCTVcalendar.com. It's the Hamilton County Web Television Events Calendar. Check this out for upcoming events in Hamilton County, including local and high school events. If you have an event, add it to our calendar. It's easy, and it is absolutely 100% free. The Hamilton County Community Calendar has been online since 1995. Check them out. www.hctvcalendar.com. Defoe is getting onto the back of the gator very gingerly. He did get up and managed to take a few assisted steps, but he's going to be taken to the locker room for some further evaluation. But that certainly does put a big hole in the offensive plans for Coach Kirchner here with Defoe going off the field injured.
Well, that's a big. Hopefully he's
big
okay.
Loss.
That is a big loss. He did a great job in the first half. So Wilson, the quarterback, 2 on the near side. King in the backfield. Looks, hands the ball off.
For the most part, the Huskies have really been running pretty much right up the middle and had some success with it, but not a whole lot.
No, you're absolutely right. Seems like both teams have done a pretty good job from the outside, but you're right, on the inside, I think both teams just have some big defensive linemen.
Yeah, but take a look at the side. Yeah, that defensive front four there. There's some strength there.
So a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 3rd down. And we've got another Husky player down, and that looks like King. He's limping.
Yeah, Deshaun King. He's coming off the field with some assistance. 3rd Husky to go off injured so far tonight, Jack.
and some key players.
Yes, yeah. So the Huskies having to fall back and regroup here.
So here we go. Back to throw. Looks. Brought down. Sacked.
That was A.J. Swing, I believe. And Carter Sissel on the sack. Wilson just didn't have any receivers open, and he had no place to go. 2 Huskies right there on him. Devin Berry, was not Swing.
So here we go. Hunt formation. Ball on the 25-yard line. Pretty good punt there. Going to be returned. Still on his feet, brought down. Great job there by number 86 on the play for the Huskies, Portwood. And that'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Western.
Sanders picked up 7 yards on that punt return. He picked it up at the 38, and I believe they're going to put it down right about the 45.
The ball on the 45-yard line, 1st and 10, 9:46 left to play in the 3rd.
Panthers appear like they think there's a timeout here. They haven't even started the 25-second clock. Now they're going to start it since they're coming on the field. That's kind of fudging it a little bit.
Yes. I think you start it when the ball's down.
Yeah. Yeah, they got an extra 10 or 15 seconds out of that.
Keeps it himself. Gifford. Gain of about 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8.
You know, with the way that backfield is for the Panthers, Jack, it's really, really confusing to watch who that snap is going to. Probably, maybe not half of them, but maybe about a third of the snaps have gone directly to a running back, most of them right to Gifford.
So again in the Wildcat formation. Gifford, low snap, going to keep it himself. Gain of a couple more, and that'll bring up, it looks like, about 3rd and 5.
Huskies need to get a stop here and get this ball back, Jack.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5, ball on the 50-yard line. 8:45 left to play in the 3rd. Engel back in as the quarterback. Gifford, the running back. Looks to throw. Fires, throws. Incomplete. Great job by Campbell.
That ball sailed about 5 feet over the head of Parker Shelton. I don't think it ever had a prayer of being caught, but for the Huskies, great coverage there by number 13, Campbell.
So that'll bring up 4th down, and the punting team will come on. Sanders will punt the ball.
Isaac Campbell back deep for the Huskies.
There's the punt.
Low line drive punt. Campbell elects to let it go dead. The Panthers finally down it there at about the, looks like about the 17-yard line.
So out come the Huskies for their next possession. So it'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 16-yard line. Still 19 points on the board for Western. And Wilson will get in the pistol formation. 2 on the near side, looks, hands the ball off. Met right away. Still going to get some yards there.
Looks like he got about 3.
Great run there by number 38, Kraus. Little pinball action. So that's going to hit one player and fell a couple extra yards.
Well, when Lucas pulls his picture back, you'll see that beautiful purple greenhouse in the background there, too. Looks like a UFO has landed here at in Husky country.
Hands it off to Cohen. Cohen met right away.
Was there a fumble? No, they're saying the play was dead. I thought the play had been whistled dead, but the Panthers did the right thing. They picked up that ball until you
hear the whistle.
Yeah, he was clearly down, and then the ball came out.
So here come the Huskies. 7 on the play clock.
Got to get this play off.
Looks to throw, fires, throws, incomplete. Pass intended for either number 38 Kraus or number 30 Tuma.
Yeah, it went right between the receivers, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. That'll bring in Kyle Horton again to punt. Horton averages about 35 yards per punt. Noah Sanders is back deep.
Good snap.
I think that might have been tipped. Huskies do get a little bit of a roll, but I couldn't tell if that was tipped or not, Jack. It was awful close.
It was close. Take a look at it here.
See here. Either that or it went off the side of his foot. Anyways, the ball is being placed at the 46-yard line. Panthers with some very good field position. See that purple back there in the corner? Makes me think of Jimi Hendrix. Need to play a little Purple Haze here.
We got a concert going in the back.
Yeah. Well, somebody sitting over here has got a new Bluetooth headset. I'm surprised he hasn't got it on.
So here they come in the formation. Gifford got some space. Still on his feet. Still on his feet.
Holy cow. I thought they had him down. Gifford with a 46-yard touchdown. Once again, Jack, the big play has come back to haunt the Huskies.
Let's take a look here.
Yeah, look at how he goes back, cuts, and I thought right about here they had him down, but he just kept going right through a pile of Huskies and just kept going and going and going, and nobody could catch up with him. And young Mr. Gifford has got his 3rd touchdown of the night. 46 more yards onto his total.
3 scores, but on 3 big plays.
1 for 87, 1 for 90, and 1 for 46.
Yeah.
Looks like the Panthers are going to try for a 2 again.
They're going to fake it. And for the
They
2-point conversion, Coleman.
So we've got 6:30 remaining here in the 4th quarter with the Western Panthers ahead of the Hamilton Heights Huskies 27-0. Let's take a look and see what's going on in other games here. Still in the 3rd quarter right now at Fishers, still 14-13. The Fishers Tigers ahead of the Brownsburg Bulldogs, tied up 24 apiece at halftime at Westfield. And, of course, our game 27-0 in the 3rd quarter. Anderson up at Harrison. They're behind 42-7. I'd like to remind you that celebrating 26 years in business, that's Logan Street Signs and Banners, specializing in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. Contact them at 317-773-7200 or visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Jack, you got any more on that Noblesville, Zionsville game by any chance?
I was just looking at that, and what I have here is it's still at halftime. I'm sure they're in play, but I don't have an update yet. Zionsville does lead Noblesville 10-0. The other game I got here is Carmel Lawrence North at half, 17-3. So Henson will return it.
Henson with a nice return, got it out to about the 25 or 26 yard line. He was almost on the goal line when he picked that ball up. Got about a 24, 25 yard return out of there. Huskies got some work to do to try to get back into this one. Difference in this game, Jack, has just been 3 big plays by the Panthers.
Absolutely. And that's where we get the 27-0 for the Huskies. Wilson looks, hands the ball off to the outside, met right away. Tackled down, number 27, Cohen, the running back.
He might get a yard out of that if he's lucky.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Under 6 minutes left to play in the third. Pass intended for number 38, Kraus. Incomplete.
Brings up a 3rd and long from the 27.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 9.
See what Coach Kirchner's got on his playbook there for a 3rd and 9 play deep in their own territory.
3rd and 9, and you're missing your running back, King, Defoe, your wide receiver, and Pennington, your tight end.
Yeah, you've got 3 key players who are out with injuries and probably will not see any of the 3 of those again tonight the way those injuries look.
Wilson looks, fires, throws. It's going to be short.
There was definitely some contact there. It looked like Tuma was interfered with. Was there a flag thrown or not? I don't know if there ever was or not.
No flag.
The Husky coaching staff just can't believe that there wasn't a flag. The only reason I can see maybe, let's take a look at this. No, we're not going to get the replay. We've already had the replay. The only thing I can see the reason they didn't throw it is if they ruled it uncatchable.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty far over the head, but it looked like the Panther player had impeded his progress. Without that impeding, maybe he might have got there.
And flag down.
He did not make the play clock. So that'll cost him another 5 yards. Things kind of deteriorating here for the Huskies. Thanks to Lucas and Will, our technical crew out here tonight in Husky country. Makes our job easier, doesn't it, Jay?
Yes, it does. Gets it off. It's a good one.
Fumbled and, ooh. That was close.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line for the Panthers. Take a look at the punt here. Great punt by number 57 for the Huskies.
Sanders just can't hold on to that thing, and there were 2 Huskies right there in front of him, and he not made a quick recovery. That could have been a Husky ball. Unfortunately, the Huskies have not been on the receiving end of the breaks tonight like the Panthers have.
They have not.
Now this time the referee started the clock before the Panthers broke their huddle over on the sideline. Probably saying, guys, get out here. I've had a long day. It's after 8. It's close to my bedtime.
It's that Hoosier hospitality.
Yes, it's true.
They hand the ball off to Gifford. Still on his feet. Down the sideline.
Go again.
Another touchdown for Gifford.
4th touchdown of the night for Kitchell Gifford. Every one of them a big play. Unbelievable, Jack.
Here's a replay.
Just watch how he goes through this traffic here. He kind of goes back with a little bit of a sweep, gets over there to the right, and once he gets over by that sideline there, he's off to the races. Yeah, I said earlier in the first quarter he was trying to go up the middle, and then in the second quarter they started sending him around the weak side over there, and he's had a lot of success over there.
Well, and I think that's one of the things from the Huskies standpoint is kind of a weakness is getting onto the outside from a defensive perspective.
Yeah.
And they've taken advantage of that tonight.
Another 2-point conversion coming. Did they make it or not? Yes, they did.
So another 2 on the board, and with 5:18 left to play in the third, Western leads 35-0 over the Huskies.
Fans Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Give them a call at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Follow them on Facebook and on Twitter. Let's take a quick look here and see if anything has changed. They're still at halftime at Westfield, tied up at 24-24. I see the Tigers have looked like they have put a field goal onto theirs. They got a 4-point lead in the third quarter over the Brownsburg Bulldogs. A lot of people think that would be an upset if the Tigers win that game, but with the Fishers Tigers, never count them out. That's a great football team and a great coaching staff over there.
So here we go. With 5:18 left to play in the third.
Second busiest guy in the field tonight for the Panthers is their kicker Andrew Freeman. The only guy who's been busier has been Mr. Gifford.
So out come the Huskies on offense. Been a little tougher to move the ball down the field in this second half.
Yeah, they have not been able to move the ball nearly as much as they did in the first 2 quarters. Panthers have definitely controlled this third quarter.
So here we go. Wilson in pistol formation, 4 wide. Looks. Tries to pitch it.
Who's going to come up with the ball?
And they're going to say,
I think the Huskies have got it, but I can't tell. Now, the way the Panthers are coming off the ball, they still haven't signaled who's got it, but it's got to be the Panthers because the Huskies are coming off the field also. Let's take a look here.
Right away in the backfield.
Number 7, Braden Bryant, caused that fumble. Ended up being recovered at the 2-yard line. Kind of batted that ball back.
So here we go. 1st and goal for Western. Hands the ball off to Gifford.
Is he in or not? He's close.
Oh,
yes,
no.
he is in.
It's not Gifford, it's Coleman.
Yep.
Touchdown.
Referee or the official on the near side signaled the touchdown.
So another touchdown for Western.
This time the Panthers will go for the normal 2-point conversion with Andrew Freeman. That one is up, and it's good.
So with 4:38 left to play in the third, Western leads 42-0 over the Huskies.
23 unanswered points so far here in the third quarter, Jack, and it's not looking very good for the Huskies right now. That last play was just a mistake.
Yes.
I mean, that was the pitch just got the lineman for the Panthers just got through there, batted the ball down, and they came up with it at the 2-yard line, had great field position, and there's just nothing you're gonna do about that. But but you can't take anything also away from young Mr. Kitchell Gifford. He has had probably a career game tonight without any doubt.
Well, the Huskies will get this return here. I think it's very important that they try to put a drive here together at home. You know, last two games we've called their last two home games, and they have been outscored 118 right now to 0.
Wow. That's from the 2.
So here they go.
Nice kickoff return there.
Nice job by Campbell.
Campbell got that ball at the 3-yard line and got it out to about, I think they're going to put it about the 37 there is what it looks like. He got about a 34-yard return on that.
So the Huskies, Wilson will come out here with 4:30 left to play in the third. Campbell and Portwood on the near side, 2 on the far side. Wilson in pistol formation, showing blitz. Looks, fires, throws, incomplete. Great job by Wilson to escape and get it away.
Well, fortunately for the Huskies, where he threw that ball, Isaac Tuma was about 5 yards away from it. Otherwise, he may have been charged with intentional grounding. But once again, when he threw that ball, he threw it to a place where it wasn't going to be intercepted. So that's a good heads-up move on his part.
Here we go, 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Wilson in pistol formation. Looks to throw, fires, throws, complete.
That time Tuma was there to make the reception, but he only got, maybe a yard or 2 on that, didn't he?
Yes, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
He is just met immediately as soon as he makes that catch. Panthers seem just as fresh as they were in the first quarter, Jack. They don't seem to have lost a step at all. But their defense hasn't been on the field a whole lot in this half.
So here we go, 2 on the near side. Blitz, complete.
It's Alex Krause who pulls that one in. Did he get enough for the first down? Yes, he did. I think they're going to put it at about the 49.
They will, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies as they get close to the opponent territory. So here we go. Flag on the play. Wilson trying to do something with it. Not going to happen.
He's going to be brought down in the backfield at about the 41-yard line. I think somebody lined. It looks like it's going to go against the Huskies.
Quick scoring update here. We have Tipton playing Lafayette Central Catholic. Tipton leads 35-7 at halftime. Tipton's got a great football team this year. I got to be careful how loud you say that at Hamilton Hines.
I understand. I understand those rivalry games, Jack.
Absolutely.
I did one of the biggest rivalry games in the state last week with Fishers and Hamilton Southeastern.
That was a good one.
Yes, it was. In spite of the weather, I was amazed at the people who were out there. So are they going to mark something? I haven't seen a signal for the penalty yet, have you?
They're having discussions over on the western sideline. They're going to decline it.
Yep, they're going to turn it down. It only would have been a 5-yard penalty. They're at 2nd and 10, so. I think there's a little confusion out there on the field. Yeah, they have to take the result of the play because Wilson was sacked in the backfield, and they're saying that the initial contact with him came at about the 44, so that's better than a 5-yard penalty. They get the 5 yards and they lose the down. If they'd have taken the penalty, they'd have been exactly the same position, but had first down instead of second.
So they hand the ball off. Gain about 2 on the play. Cohen, the running back. Start of the fourth quarter, Zionsville leads Noblesville 10-0. Noblesville's had a couple big games over the last couple of weeks. Wilson looks, fires, throws. Incomplete.
That was intended for Tuma. Looking to see if Campassi's down there on the sideline. He is down there with his helmet on. I was kind of wondering if we might see him in the second half here, Jack, but apparently Wilson is going to continue.
So here we go. High snap, gets it away. And that's going to be coming back.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a little bit of unnecessary roughness there. There was a heck of a hit away from the ball. See if we can see what it is here. Well, I don't know. It looked like he might have been pushed into him there, Jack, so I don't know if that should be a penalty or not. And we can look at that replay again. If we can look at that replay again. I guess we can't. Okay.
Blocking the back. Two blocking the backs.
So it wasn't the play away from the ball that the penalty was called on. I thought we might get an unnecessary roughness on that that play away from the ball. But as it turns out, it was away from that play. It was up the field a little further because the replay clearly showed that the Hamilton Heights player was blocked into the Panther by another Panther.
So that'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 11-yard line.
Wouldn't a turnover be nice here?
Yes. Low snap, back to throw, wide open, doesn't see him. Gets Gifford.
Gifford's got an opening. Boy, the Huskies were lucky to catch up to him.
Yes, they are, and they're even luckier. The 88 for Western. I don't know if we have a replay, but 88 for Western. Shelton, if you look, here he comes, turns, wide open.
Yeah.
But when Gifford, he's always open. So
yeah, when you're having success with him, so go to the man you're having success with. A touchdown saving tackle there by Braden Lutz. There he goes. Oh, another touchdown saving tackle for the Huskies. His total yardage has got to be well over 300 by now for this game.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, 90 and 87. That's just short of 180. Then another, 50 or 60?
50 and a 40, so that's another 100.
Was there a flag on the play? The referee is holding a flag.
And it looks like it's going to be against the Huskies.
I did not see a signal on that as to what the call was. 15 yards, so it's got to be unsportsmanlike conduct or something along those lines. The bottom has just fallen out here for the Huskies in this third quarter, Jack, and there just doesn't seem to be anything they can do about it.
Engel, the quarterback, looks, hands the ball off, trying to get to the outside. Still didn't get him down.
Gee, that's one of the first times that that Kitchell hasn't handled the ball. Jerry Padgett was the ball carrier, 5'9" sophomore. Gifford is still there in the backfield.
So 2nd and 1, ball on the 12-yard line.
Gifford lining up as a tight end. That was handed off and a touchdown.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Padgett picks it up.
With 1:55 left to play in the third, Panthers lead 48-0.
Panthers about to put their 30th point in 10 minutes in this quarter on the board, Jack. Amazing. What a powerhouse this team has been tonight.
We've got a player with a cramp. I believe it's number 27.
Injury out there, yeah.
Which is Cohen.
Fortunately, he's up. Last 3 injuries, they've had to take him off the field on the Gator. He's trotting off the field. That's always good to see. Take a look and see what's going on in the other games there. Brownsburg has come back in the fourth quarter. They're now ahead of Fishers, 27-17. Westfield ahead by 3 over the Royals. Harrison ahead of Anderson, 49-7. As we come back to action here.
Up, down, and good. So 1:55 left to play in the third. The Panthers lead 49-0 over the Huskies.
Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Follow them on Facebook and on Twitter. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. Any questions? Contact Community Health, 317-355-7775, or check out their website, www.ecommunity.com. Jack, the only thing you can say about this game tonight is it has been all Panthers from the kickoff on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lots of injuries for the Huskies as well. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
They've lost 3 key players, and that hurts.
And that's the thing, too, is when you lose key players like that and they play both sides of the field, that's tough.
That one's going to go out of bounds. So I believe the Huskies will have the option of either taking that at the 35 or do they can they force them to re-kick? I can't remember what the rule is in high school.
I think they get it at the 35.
Yeah, it looks like that's where they're going to put it down.
That or the Huskies just want to get the ball. So here we go. Wilson in the pistol formation. Cohen in the backfield. 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Looks, hands the ball off to Cohen. Gain of about 2. And that'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Now, if I'm Coach Stewart, I'm looking at my bench and saying, hey, I'm going to start getting my starters out of here. We've got a 49-point lead against a team that's had a rough time getting close to the end zone. Why risk the injuries? We'll just have to see what they do here in the waning parts of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter.
So Cohen again hands the ball off, gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Huskies seem to be content with continuing to run the ball.
So here we go, 3rd and 7. Hands the ball off again to Cohen.
It will be another 3 and out.
About 2 seconds different from the game clock and the play clock.
So the Huskies will have to punt before this quarter runs out.
And that'll take a Husky bounce out of bounds at about the 21-yard line.
And that will be the final play of the third quarter. So we move to the fourth quarter with the Panthers ahead 49-0. Fans since the establishment of Church, Hiddle, and Antrim in 1880, our neighbors, community leaders, businesses, and school districts have placed their trust in us to solve their most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history of helping our clients when they need it the most. Give us a call, 3-1. Not like they do now. I mean, heavens, these rosters. I mean, I used to, the 6A schools at HCTV, I used to have 100 kids in the rosters over there. I just did.
You're absolutely right. It is wonderful to see that, and it's exciting. It was a great way to start a Friday night football game.
Well, the clock is not reset yet. Waiting for them to put 12 minutes on. There we go. Now I think we're ready to go.
Back to throw, fires, throws, complete to Coleman at the 40, to the 50. Turns, still on his feet to the 40, still on his feet.
Coleman broke at least 3 tackles on that and put about 25 more yards on that play, Jack. Watch when he makes that catch. There's 1, 2. Third guy finally got him. I'm a little bit surprised to see the Panthers still in here with starters at this point, Jack.
So here we go. Engel hands the ball. Gain of a couple. Hand the ball off to number 15, Padgett.
Well, I do not see Kitchell Gifford out there right now. So maybe his night is through. But Jed Engel, the starting quarterback, is still in there. Josh Coleman's still in there. Most of the front line is still in there.
And the play before that was a pass.
Yes.
So here we go. Engel looks, hands the ball off to Coleman. Coleman on the outside.
Coleman got a first down.
First down for Coleman, and that'll move the chains.
That third quarter seemed like it took forever to play.
Yes.
With 30 points of scoring. It was 19-0 at halftime.
Now they're going to run the clock down as much as they can. That right away, great job by number 58 for the Huskies, Leininger. And that'll bring up second down.
Got Padgett in the backfield for about a 4-yard loss.
And again, they will wind the clock down. Still starting quarterback. Looks, hands it off to Coleman. No, Engel keeps it himself. Still on his feet.
That was a good fake.
That was a great fake.
I thought Coleman had it too. He got about 9 yards on that, didn't he?
There's the instant replay. Great job by Engel to keep it himself.
Mm-hmm. With that 40-second play clock we have now on running plays, that makes a lot of difference in keeping the clock running and running the clock down.
Might be a faster quarter for us.
Mm-hmm.
Looks, hands the ball off. Going to get the first down, which will bring up first and goal for the Panthers.
We'll stop the game clock momentarily while the chains get reset. I believe they're going to call that a first and goal at the 10.
So first and goal for the Panthers. Five on the play clock. Hands the ball off, still on his feet.
Touchdown saving tackle there by the Huskies.
Ball on the 4-yard line, under 8 minutes left to play in the fourth. 15 on the play clock. Looks, hands it off.
Close, but not quite there yet.
Down to about the 1. And as they let the clock wind down, it'll get under 7 minutes by the time they start. So 3rd and 1, ball on the 1. Engel looks, hands the ball off, into the end zone, touchdown. Touchdown, Panthers.
That was Jerry Padgett all the way. He carried the ball for almost all of the plays in this drive. You see, he just goes right up the middle, got a big hole there in the middle. Almost could have walked in there, Jack.
You're absolutely right. So here comes the extra point. Blocked. Incomplete. Great job by the Huskies to block it.
You know, there have been some positive things here in this game. Let's take a look at the replay here and see if we can see who got in here. Looks like it got blocked from the left side there.
But with 6:50 left to play in the 4th, Panthers lead 55, Huskies 0.
Hey, Jack, let's just take a minute and talk about One Zone. Why don't you tell me a little bit about One Zone, what it is, and what do you guys do down there on Allisonville Road?
Well, One Zone is the merger of the Carmel and Fishers Chamber of Commerce.
Ah, okay.
1,300 members, which makes One Zone the 4th largest chamber in the state of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things that we have coming up in October is the State of the City in Carmel. It's going to be at the Ritz-Charles, and typically has somewhere between 700 to 800 people attend. So that's one of our big events coming up. And then on November 1st, we have our golf tournament, but it's not a golf tournament like you would imagine. It's a Top Golf tournament over in Fishers, November 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody is interested in joining us over there at Top Golf, you can sign up online, and that is onezonecommerce.com.
Now, what's the advantage of, what do we gain by combining the two units into one?
Well, I can tell you that from combining, what we've seen is we've seen an increase in advocacy down at the State House and local government. We also see from a networking side, our members love being able to network both Carmel and Fishers, and of course we have other members that are outside of Carmel and Fishers. But one of the great things is that just like business has no borders, everybody wants to do business all across Hamilton County because it's a great place to live.
Yeah, it's nice that the two cities can get together and make that happen.
Absolutely.
We're back to action.
So Campbell still on his feet. Spin move. Campbell has been, even though it's been a tough game for the Huskies, I think Campbell's had a great job tonight.
Little razzle dazzle on that return there. Couple nice spin moves and broke several tackles on the way back. Take a look at this replay here. He gets this ball at the 5-yard line, and he gets almost 45 yards. Boom, there's one. There's another. Turn around, take a spin. Finally, the Panthers catch up to him at the 47.
So we have it. Griffey is the quarterback, pistol formation. One on the near side, two on the far side. Looks, hands the ball off. Looking for some running room. Not going to find it. Running back there, number 28. Caleb Shackle.
Shackle, a sophomore.
Griffey's the freshman, 5'10", 150 pounds.
Well, at this point in the game, with a game like this, Jack, it's probably just as well to not risk any more injuries, and also give your younger players some varsity experience.
Absolutely.
Never hurts.
Absolutely.
Never hurts.
Looks, hands the ball off again. So here we go. Approaching 5:30 left to play in the fourth. Griffey in the pistol formation. Johnson Lance on the near side. Looks, hands the ball off again on third down. Looking for some running room. Going to be close.
Oh, he's going to be real close. Just depends where he went out. Did he go out of bounds or not? They finally did stop the clock. Looks like he might be about a half a yard short. Maybe just a little more than a half yard. No more than a yard short.
So here we go, fourth down for the Huskies. Pistol formation. Western showing blitz. Fumbles the football.
I think the Panthers have got it.
Panthers will recover.
Looked like that was recovered by Noah Bright, number 68.
Here's the replay.
I don't think he ever had good control of that ball. Looked like the handoff was a little high and he just couldn't get it tucked in.
So after the turnover for the Huskies, 4:25 left to play.
Panthers huddling over on the sideline once again, and the referee has already started the play clock. They're going to have to hustle to get this play off. Under 10 seconds on the play clock. Is that still Engel in there at quarterback?
They got it off, barely.
No, it's not Engel. Braden Bryant is now at quarterback for the Panthers. They got a yard out of that. They got lucky, maybe half a yard at the most. Four minutes remaining here in this game that has been all Panthers from the opening kickoff.
Hand the ball off again on the near side. Still on his feet. And that's Padgett.
Well, with Gifford being a senior and Coleman being a senior, they're going to be looking for some running backs, and maybe Padgett's going to be the guy.
So here we go. Bryant, the quarterback. Loss of a few.
I think that was a broken play, Jack, because it didn't look like Bryant was in a position where he was going to take and try to run that ball.
Here it is again.
I think there may have been a little bit of miscommunication on that one. Braden Bryant, a 6'3", 180 sophomore.
Hands the ball off again. Great job there by number 58 on the tackle for the Huskies, Leininger.
It's hard to believe with this Western program, Jet Engel is a freshman.
Oh, wow.
I didn't realize he was a freshman.
When you got a running back like he has.
Yeah, like Gifford and
Coleman.
And Coleman.
It does make your job a little easier.
Oh, yeah, that can definitely make a quarterback look good.
Yeah. So Bryant looks, hands the ball off. Still on his feet. Finally brought down as we approach 1:35 left to play in the game.
That was Romy Collins with the run there. Clock will be under a minute by the time the Panthers have to snap the ball. I think both teams have got their full complement of timeouts, but I would not anticipate at this point that either of them would use them.
Right. They stop it on 4th down.
That'll stop the clock, too, with 51.9 left.
So with 50 seconds left, the Huskies get one more try.
Take a look in at Westfield and Hamilton Southeastern. 7 minutes in the 4th quarter, and the Shamrocks have taken a 10-point lead on the Royals. Also in the 4th quarter, Bulldogs ahead of the Fishers Tigers, 27-20. That's turned out to be a whale of a game. Both those have been good games.
Well, there's plenty of time in the Hamilton Southeastern game, 6:40.
Yeah.
And they're on the 50.
Ron Qualls, the new coach at Anderson, they're kind of taking it on the chin, just like the Huskies have taken it tonight. Big lead for Harrison over Anderson. 51.9 left in this one. I don't think we're going to have to go to overtime.
Probably not. Although I heard under a minute it's worth 56 points.
Ah, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Here he goes. Still on his feet. Great run there by number 28, Shackle. Clock
stops. He went out of bounds, so he breaks a couple nice tackles here, nice attempts, and ends up getting shoved out of bounds. Oh, you could have almost called him inbounds on that when you look at that replay. I think they did call him inbounds. The clock is running.
Still
Huskies
running.
Huskies have got to run one more play here.
Gonna get another 1st down.
But I kind of have a feeling that might be the last play of the game, Jay.
12 seconds. As soon as they get the clock running, that'll be it. And there we go.
So that will be the final play of the game, final score tonight here at Hamilton Heights High School. Unless they do get one off here quickly, they're not going to make it. Will be the Western Panthers 55, the Hamilton Heights Huskies 0. Jack, there isn't a whole lot you can say about this game other than the fact that Panthers had the game of their life and the Huskies just ran into a buzzsaw tonight.
Yeah, it's a tough game for the Huskies. 3 injuries that we will have to take a look at.
Yes,
but
very crucial injuries.
And hopefully we can get an update on the coaches' show on Monday.
We'll find out more on Monday.
We'd
like to thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of IHSAA football on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 26 years in business. Like to thank our other great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies, Community Health Network, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, One Zone, and the HCTV calendar.com. On behalf of our technical staff, Will and Lucas, and Jim back at the station, my name is Brad Silbert, saying good night for Jack Russell. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.